Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to continue exploring into the new Titleist irons.
Yes.
We did focus mostly in the T100s, T1s and T2s a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
But we did also get some T3s through the door.
Attractive little update to these. They look good.
They've had a really nice cosmetic upgrade and obviously technical upgrade, but I think the first thing you do notice with those is it's a much more premium looking golf club.
Totally agree. Yeah, they caught my eye for sure.
Definitely. It was a little bit of a head scratcher for me last time that the T300s weren't chromed.
Yeah, a bit strange.
It was a bit strange given the kind of look of the T1 and the T2, and then you had this T3 that was a much duller finish. Mm-hmm. It just had a kind of different, maybe just less premium
totally.
look to it. They are a little bit cheaper than the T1s and T2s, and I think that's why, one of the reasons why they'll catch some people's attention, Matty.
Definitely.
They're a good, I think they're around $50 a club, US less. And
I think obviously just the way that handicap ranges work, more people really would be suited to a club like this with a little more forgiveness to it.
Absolutely. We can look through this and we look through the spec sheets on these, and really these have the makings to be as good as anything, if not best in class.
For game improvement.
Which is probably not somewhere you would expect a Titleist iron to be. Obviously, I mean, the lofts are stronger. Let's kind of get that one out of the way early on.
We can discuss that now.
The lofts are a little bit stronger. You've got the pitching wedge there.
Yep, it's a 43-degree pitching wedge.
Yeah, and on the stronger side, there is a wedge that goes with that, the 48, which is going to be most people's gap wedge. Some people, we would have in this. In fact, most people we would probably recommend should go with that gap wedge over like a specialty Vokey or something like that.
To keep the forgiveness and blend it into the set better. Because it would be a bit of a shock, wouldn't it? You go from this, which looks quite forgiving, and now you got basically a blade at 48. You're going to be leaving that short more often than not. Absolutely.
Not enough people are using set gap wedges out there.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of people using 50s and 52s and not having great gapping and things like that. Sure, if you tend to chip a lot with a gap wedge, which in the golf I play, I don't see a lot of people chipping with gap wedges. But no, I think pitching wedge and wedge in this set would probably be advised in my opinion.
And most people will go, okay, well then how am I going to have, do I need extra wedges because of the gapping? Yes. And maybe your set will stop at a 5-iron. Maybe it'll stop at a 6-iron and you're going into hybrids. So I think the set, it is a bit non-traditional, but it's modern, right? This is the way that these designs have gone for a reason.
It's exactly what it is, a good way to look at it. So we've got the wedge, the 7, which is 29 degrees. We've got the 4, which is 20.
Yep.
When we hit the 4, I'm just going to be interested to see at 20 degrees, we know obviously what loft does, but we know the flip side of that with the amount of weight through the tungsten that they've got, 40% more tungsten in the heads this year, pulling that CG down. That is what allows them to strengthen lofts.
Yeah.
So it allows them to get that elevation, that launch up.
So we'd see if we see a good launch angle come out of that and lots of speed, maybe.
We're going to see more speed. We're going to see the same launch for less loft.
Right. And
we're going to see a little less spin. That's exactly what we're going to see. It's exactly what we do see when we see these kind of modern game improvement irons.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
Let's hit a couple of wedges.
Okay.
And we'll keep it at a speed. I think we keep it today at a speed that's going to be appeal to the wider audience. Put it that way.
Definitely.
We'll not ask you to kind of be at your full out speed. And
I'm going to try to make the path a little bit out to in, just sort of for the fade player to see how these work, and I think that will give it a better representation.
If we can touch upon like about 135 on the wedge, about 165, 170 on the 7-iron, and about 205 200-ish on the 4.
Great.
Let's give that a run. It's a nice looking wedge, Matty boy.
Felt nice. So the short irons do not have that max impact kind of insert there?
Yeah. I mean, Gen 2 max impact, that was the big talking point on last year's iron. It has continued on in the mid and long irons. It's not in the short irons, not necessary to be in the short irons.
Keep it a bit more consistent and keep the ball speed in a steady range. They're feeling nice in the pitching wedge. Not clicky or anything. They feel pretty soft. That's good.
Really good.
That one felt really nice. Yeah, really good.
Right, Matty boy, wedge looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was nice. Good, easy to use.
Yeah, no issues, no kind of real low spinners or kind of any element of it being kind of that jumpy wedge that people are concerned about.
I think we had 3 shots that we're using for the data there where the face was in a certain spot and the strike was fairly similar. They all flew almost exactly the same. So it seems like it would be quite consistent.
Yeah, launch angle looked quite high. But I mean, they're not ballooning by any means. 104 feet average height, land angle 51 degrees. I mean, those are going to have no issues dropping and just literally holding their place on the green.
That's great.
They're not going to be ripping back. They're not going to be jumping forward. It's exactly what you would want. That's a beauty.
Oh.
Somebody moved the flag.
Oh, it's okay. Still wouldn't have gone in. I would have been a T300 player. Still might be.
Very nice.
Felt nice. Very nice.
That's nice.
You definitely feel like you're getting a lot of distance for not a ton of effort.
Okay, 7 looked really, really nice. Very, very kind of neutral performance.
Easy to hit, I found. Very easy to hit.
Spin and launch and spin are in a very, very safe space. Not too low by any means. Actually, a touch higher in peak height, which we would want that. 107 feet we were looking at there. Just coming in at just under 48 degrees. Again, fitting when we're fitting these clubs, it's all about land angle.
Yeah.
Making sure that we've got the stopping power. You've got plenty of it.
So we're looking at the person who might be concerned about the strong lofts.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be concerned about with that, is there?
No, and there's plenty of distance to be had, isn't there? I mean, you were getting that feeling that you were kind of having to hold back a little bit.
Yeah, I think when I let a couple go where I kind of got closer to my normal speed, they were going like 195. I was like, okay, let's go back to kind of 60, 70%. So yeah, I think people will be really happy to see that they can make just more controlled swings with them and get more distance, which is what people are looking for.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Ooh.
How good is that?
Can't hit it any better than that. Oi, oi, oi. That is my favorite one of the round. Go in. Ooh.
Okay, Matty boy, very nice. 4-iron was actually a little treat there.
That was one of the easiest to hit 4-irons I've ever seen. Like in terms of getting it up in the air and the distance with not that fast of a swing. It was crazy.
Yeah. Managed to get the average around 100 feet, so you can see pretty similar. I mean, most people, we're not swinging overly quick there. No. 96 miles an hour. Your normal 6-iron is a couple of miles an hour quicker than that. So you are managing your speed to a certainly a lesser level, but it's the amount of efficiency you were getting out of that.
That's
4-iron.
great. So it's like a driver.
Basically.
No wonder it felt, because I said to you, I felt like it's just rocketing off the face, and it pretty much was like a driver.
It pretty much was. Yeah, 13 degrees of launch, just about 4,000 RPMs of spin. Really, really good.
This 4-iron, some people might look at it and go, okay, I'm noticing some offset, but in terms of the shots that I hit, it didn't make me feel like I was going to pull everything.
No.
Not at all. I think that just helps you get the ball up in the air.
Just get the launch, that's exactly it. And I think there's going to be players who need that offset and need everything that comes with that. So that amount of tungsten that's down low, the offset kind of progression, obviously the max impact for the ball speed to be that efficient on a 4-iron, on any iron.
I don't know if we've seen that, have we?
I don't think we've seen
4-4?
Not of a 4-iron. Maybe driving irons have been kind of sneaking up towards that, but
true.
If people are familiar with your efficiency patterns, I mean that's higher than your driver.
It is much higher. I'm like a 1.41, and I'm going, okay, that's fine.
Hit it quite well today.
Hit that one okay.
Yeah, no, really good.
Quite impressed with these.
Yeah, kind of the progression on distance is excellent.
In terms of the way that they feel, I think in the category that they are in, the size of them, the amount of forgiveness they have, I do think they sound and feel a lot better than most that we've tested.
Yeah.
And also from a looks perspective, I think it's a good looking set considering, as you said, they hide the technology with the tungsten in there. Because they're very forgiving. I mean, not all those strikes were perfect, but the ball was taken off great.
Coming off good. Yeah, I mean, the rumours are coming out from Tour already that some of the Tour guys are looking at the T300s as long irons. Justin Thomas has been testing I think it was the 4-iron, I believe he was testing.
Can see why. Yeah. Even if he weakened it a degree, if he wanted to flight it a bit differently, but those guys can spin the ball so much anyway.
Absolutely.
And the amount of forgiveness on this, why wouldn't you?
Impressive.
Yeah, really impressive
good stuff. Okay, that's we don't test too many game improvement irons for obvious reasons. You know, it's just not really an iron that you would kind of consider, but it will be interesting to test more in this category and see how they now stack up against T300s.
Totally. I think this will be kind of the benchmark for the year, what would you say?
I would.
In this category.
Yeah, I'd find it hard to find something that performed much better than that.
Yeah.
I was really impressed when we tested ZX4 from Strix, and I thought they were excellent. So they were the kind of benchmark for me up until this point of that kind of bigger game improvement iron. But this is right there.
So those would be two to really get out and try.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Okay, guys. I mean, these have been in the market for a few weeks now, so I'll be keen to hear if anyone's had experience of testing them against their own set. Have you got a set? Let us know. I'd love to obviously hear what they're like in the field.
I think a combo set involving these could be in my future. I was thinking about, I've been testing that T200 4-iron, which I really liked. But if I ever ended up with a 3-iron or something, this might be
the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you're certainly getting enough height there. You're, I think, 2 degrees stronger in loft with that 4-iron than the one you were carrying, the T200. So
yeah.
I think if you let yourself loose in that, you would have been capable of flying that 235 there.
I think so, yeah. It feels like a driving iron.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at 20 degrees, for me, it would be good to have a 20 degree anyway, because I lean the shaft quite a bit. I probably could have used this basically like a driving iron.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Impressive stuff. Okay, guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.